Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Paddy from across the shuck, and you're very welcome to the channel. So what I've picked for you today is a selection. There's about 12, and I'm not going into any great details. I'll maybe just open and close them, and that's it. About 12 knives that are in what my budget range is, which is 0 to 75. Now, most of these are less than 75. But I'm not really going to go into prices because I just want to talk the knives that excited me at a lower price. Some of them are second-hand, and I bought second-hand, which brought them into that price, which counts. Do you know what I mean? It really does. For me, it counts. I don't care what it cost originally, but what I paid for it is what I paid for it. So I'm going to start off with a fixed blade. And this is a little neck knife, and this is from Boker. And I find this such an appealing little knife. I just had to have it. I think I got mine from Heine. I don't think they've got any left, but it was one of them buys. I'm sure they're somewhere about. If you look, you'll get it. Lovely Kydex sheath, drain holes. You can use any one of those things. I shove this in my pocket. It's a smallish knife, but it's not that small. And the nice thing about it, to get it out, in this, there's an easy open. Not an easy open, but there's a forward notch. You can put your hand there and it just fires it off. Look at the shape of this. I just think this is a super. If you're somebody that's into small game or even a little river trout, this would be an absolute gem. It is a lovely blade, not too thick, but you can get up if you want to skin your rabbits or your squirrel, whatever. I think this is a just humdinger. I love this little knife. It's got a micarta handle, and I think Boker just nailed it because there's nothing really out there that looks much like that. I just love it. I really do love it. Little bulldog of a knife. And just great for EDC to carry around your neck if you're camping or anything like that. It'll do most tasks that, oh God, I stabbed myself. It'll do most jobs that you have around the camp. So I love it. Really nice knife. I'll just set them there and I'll go across. So that's a fixed blade. Let's go to a really cheap. And this is a Rough Rider, and this is probably, no, I'm not even going to say probably, I think this is the best bargain that Rough Rider do. I think it's the best knife. It's a single bladed Barlow, which gets harder and harder to get as the years goes on, but it's beautifully done, lined, pinched. It's got the I can't remember. It's something, it's bone made to look like stag, but it's got another name. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But this is in their carbon steel, which is fantastic. Takes a wicked edge, nice and thin behind the edge. Just a super little EDC knife. Absolutely love it, and I've carried it a lot since I've got it. Really do love this little knife. Really, really lovely. Hasn't been in much hot stuff. I'm just looking. There's plenty of wear on it, but I haven't been in much hot stuff with it. So I haven't got a patina yet. And again, like all my gear, I don't patina just for the sake of patina. It comes naturally. So let's go back up. I'm going to do modern knives. And the modern knives, here's one that I got earlier on in the year. This is the Twisted Assisted Atlas in 14C28N. I just think this was an absolute gift of a knife. Look how well made this is. Lovely. Well, it's not deep carry, but it's nearly there. But it's UK friendly. It's absolutely lovely. Easy on the close, but when you have it open and you sneak up here, you're not going to get touched. It gives you great, just comfort that you've got a nice knife. Lovely blade on under 3 inches, but just perfect. Just perfect. Back to the Rosecraft. I'm going to do these next 3 knives are ones that I was given by companies that I would quite happily put my name to their knives. Twisted Assisted is one, Rosecraft on another. I love this, love the skull shield. This is an easy open, and they just nailed it. Look at that. It's a little lamb's foot, got a beautiful swedge on it. No nail nick because it doesn't need it because you've got an easy open. So it's absolutely beautiful. Walk and talk. Just a lovely. This is the best modern interpretation of a lamb's foot I've ever seen. I think it's fantastic. The Jean micarta on this is just phenomenally good. It really is like an old pair of jeans just put over your handle. But a real just humdinger, and all in that budget range, which I love. D2 steel on that one. So you're not going to get any bad steels here at all. Let's go back. This is it. Now, this was a gift, and it's the only one I put in, but it's the one that tickled me the most. You could buy it for you could buy it for 30 quid, 20 quid if you see them. And I just think as a novelty knife to show kids or to show people who come round for a bit of fun, here you are, here's a knife. Open that knife up and they'll open the blade up, very nice. And then they go to the main blade, open it up, beautifully done. Now, it's a Japanese make, it's Solar. Now, it had been a bit damaged. Somebody had gone bananas when they were sharpening, but it's got a wicked edge on it now. I put an edge on it because it's lovely. And then you go to close it. Nothing there. It's not locked. What is wrong with it? And then you discover you push down this little blade and then this unlocks the main blade. I absolutely, and it's so well made. I think that's rosewood. I could be wrong, but it's beautiful anyway. The grain in it is gorgeous. Lovely bolsters, lovely fit and finish. And I just adore this. Mikey gave me this and I love it, love it. Back up again. It's another one I got from Mikey just recently. The little ladybug. Or what is it? Is it ladybug? Yeah. Man bug. Yeah, ladybug. This is the smaller of the two. You got a man bug, which is just that little bit bigger. But this Japanese made again. And this is in ZEP 189, which is fantastic. I know people would say you don't need that in a small knife. I beg to differ. I think a small knife that you're going to use more frequently is the perfect knife to have that steel on, because you use this all the time, because it's just big enough that it's going to do anything you really want, anything I really want in my days. But it's got that edge retention. It will last for weeks in my pocket while it's having to get sharpened, which is exactly just you want for a small knife. That's exactly what you want. And it is so thin. It is such a little slicer, and it takes a wicked edge, I have to say. Beautiful edge on it. And I have really been carrying this so much in my fifth pocket. It's just a great knife. And if there's a sheeple about, you pull that out of your pocket, that wouldn't scare anybody. But yet with that blade steel and the quality of it, it's absolutely solid. There's no movement anywhere. And a super buy. And I got that for 50 quid of Mikey, which is very generous of him, and I thank him for it. So the next one is going back to our traditionals again. And this one was a Moonraker. It's made by Arthur Wright, but it was a Moonraker design. He got this beautiful, beautiful, just gorgeous wood. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? I just love this knife. It's a real good pull on it, good strong pull. It's an Arthur Wright, so it's about an 8. Maybe even an 8. Well, it's about an 8. But it is a beautiful knife, beautiful clip point. You know I love it. Now, it hasn't got such a big swedge on it, but I still love the blade shape. Just gets me every time with the Arthur Wright. I am a die-hard Arthur Wright. Listen to that snap. Right up the centre. Just a gorgeous knife. And these were about 52, 53 quid. I don't think you can get better than that. And again, you've got C75 carbon steel, which is super and super easy to maintain. And here's another one that was, this is from one of the companies. I've got the Who knives, which they've just brought out the new model, the Dragon. It's on release. You can go and buy them now at Who Knives. Get over there and buy them, because these won't last long. It's his first proper slip joint modern knife, and it's flipping fantastic. Genuinely fantastic, I think. But they also do for other companies. They sell knives from other companies, and they do this, the Civivi Elementa, and this is the slip joint version, which is beautiful. Look at that hollow grind. The Elementa was always a lovely blade for the hollow grind. Not too thick either. Jimping, which is purposeful but doesn't hurt you. And again, I can just get, well, it's about 3.5 fingers there, but I can go up here and get all 4 on if I squeeze up here. And it's safe enough, do you know what I mean? For me. Safe enough for me anyway. And thoroughly love it. Deep carry pocket clip on this one. Beautiful half stop. beautifully down, beautifully centered. Civivi just make a super, super knife. And let's go, we'll go another, we'll go back to our traditionals, because that's the most of my carry. And here's one that I'm going to put in, and I'm putting it in sheepishly. I have never done a review on the PPP knife because I don't feel it's my place to do. It was what I'd wanted, and it came out exactly as I'd wanted it. But when I was at when we were selling knives for Arthur Wright at Sharp Show this year, myself, Justin, and Mikey, and with some of the blades he'd left over of the pattern, that tackler pattern, he had taken them and zooshed them up a little bit, and I had to buy one of these. They were just amazing. Look at this. This is the PPP knife, but this has the lignum vitae scales on it. Lignum vitae is one of the densest woods that there is out there. It is an amazing, all different colours, because this lignum vitae is taken from bowling balls, the old-fashioned lawn bowls. They were made with lignum vitae because they're hard, they don't chip, they don't bruise when you knock them off each other, obviously. So they were the perfect wood for the old lawn bowls. But Mikey and Sean had gone round all the car boot sales that they were at this year and picked up all the old bowling balls they could and gave them to Michael at Arthur Wright. And he put this on one of the PPP knives, and they also had that put on the back of them. I think we had about, I don't know what we had, maybe 10, maybe more, I'm not sure. But we had at the show and we sold them. Now, me, Mikey and Justin obviously bought one because this is zooshed it up. And what I did do was sell my other, the Ashley Harrison, or not Ashley, the Arthur Wright one that I had kept. I put it back in and sold it to somebody at a nice price, and they were happy to get it because they're all gone, obviously. So there's no more of them left. And this was the tackler with the PPP logo on it, which we're very proud of. We love. No green liners in this, but you have that lovely back spacer, and it is just perfect. Now, like most, the edge needed working at. I sat for about an hour last night, touched the edge up. It's now perfect, right up the centre. Beautiful. That lignum vitae is fantastic. So there we go. And the last two now are very special to me. And if you know anything about my channel since I've been around, I started off very budget because that's what I wanted to pay for knives. And I've one knife that I bought at Sharp Show that cost me £15. And I was excited to get this as I was any other knife at Sharp Show. And it's a Ganzo. It's one I had years ago. And then it's a Ganzo 753. Let me just double check. It's a Ganzo 753, F753M, the smaller version. They've done a larger version of this. But what a superb knife. This is brand new in box. Never been used. I've now since put a nice edge on it. And this was in, what was the steel in this? 440C. 440C. What a superb knife. Black G10. Little individual marks on it. Blue studs on it. You can see they're not even worn. So it was brand new. I just adored this knife when I first got it. And I'm no less passionate of it. A real good point on it. But just a super knife. Super knife. So glad to have this back in my collection. It will never leave again. And I got it for 15 quid, brand new, at one of the stalls. Couldn't believe it. But I've left what I think is the best to last. And it's one that I'm very fortunate I didn't have to buy it. I got given it by Michael at Arthur Wright. It's a new pattern he's brought out. And for a simple explanation of what it is, it's a bare-headed senator, but it's been made complete. Not only does it not have bolsters, it has some extra pins. And I just think they were beautiful. So, Michael, this is a new pattern he's brought out. It's a single blade, and it has that tackler sheep's foot blade on it. Listen to that lock-up. And he done this one specially for me with a PPP. The others that he makes does not have that on. It has the Arthur Wright. This is the only one with that PPP. So, Tufnell scales, which is the new sort of, I think it's a new micarta. What a beautiful little knife. It is stunning. You can see that lovely, the way it's done, and it's on both sides. It's really been worked beautifully. And it's got 5 pins, which is really unusual to see on a small penknife. But I just think this is super. I think it is stunning. I love it. I used it for 3 days solid when I came back, and yet I had lots of other knives to use. But this in hand, because it has that slightly bowed shape, this side fits in your hand beautifully. It just nestles in there. You've got a real positive grip on a real positive little knife. Again, C75. But if he ever does bring this pattern back out permanently, in fact, what I would do to go to Jane at the famous Sheffield shop and ask for one of them. There's no name for it yet, but as long as you say the Michael's knife that he brought out at Shop Show, she'll know what you want. And if she can get some, she'll get some for you. Jane is amazing. So that's the famous Sheffield shop. Please go to there. This, so far, has been an absolute, barring my own knife, which, of course, it's going to be my favourite. But barring that, this is just super. A new pattern from an old company. Love, love, love it. So there you go. There's what I consider my budget knives that I've had this year. Some gifts, some I've bought. But these are ones that I would recommend to anybody. So if you're looking through, go look for them. And if you can get them secondhand, get them secondhand. You can get them so much cheaper secondhand. I'm all for secondhand. But some of the ones there you can still buy. Ganzos are still available in a few places. You can get them on Heine Haynes. I think Moonraker does them. There's a few others. Just look about and you'll get them. If you're in the States, Ganzo you can pick up easily. Get this one if you can. The 753, F753M. That is an absolute gem of a knife. There you go. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little trek through my cheaper knives that I have bought, been given or gifted. I'm a lucky boy and I have a great collection, and these are all ones that I'll happily use or recommend to anybody. Take care now. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye-bye now. Bye.